Welcome to WPMathPub Education Channel. Today, we're going to talk about the Gutenberg block and how to use that. For starters, what we'll do is we will launch our Gutenberg block here and search for math. And there's the WPMathPub block here. So now we have our entry panel. And before we think about entering anything, let's figure out what equation we want to enter. So for that, I'm going to pull up the Wolfram Alpha, where I entered the equation, and show what the answer looks like as a definite integral. But without the Pro version, we don't get the intermediate step. So we'll get busy now and enter the equation with the intermediate step in our block. So over on the right-hand side of the Gutenberg block, we have some choices and options. First, we'll go to the LaTeX mode for our use of equation editing, and we will up the size to 18. We'll skip the color for now, and we'll take a look at what we have for help. I've put a few common examples that you can just click on, like there's the square root of x. Here is a simple Ohm's law equation, and here's a summation, and here's the integral example, which is close to what we want. So we'll go with that, and let's add some math space and an equal sign, and let's put in our intermediate step, which will be the interval from a to b and the answer to the antiderivative of e to the x, which is e to the x. So let's find out what that interval, how we format the interval in LaTeX. So we'll use our we'll open the full syntax reference, which I have here, and we'll look for a delimiter. Now going back up to the top for starters, we can see we have the LaTeX and the result in these last two columns, and it's a delimiter, so this first delimiter is exactly what we're looking for, so I'll copy that and put it into our equation. Okay, now we need to change that to be e to the x. And then we need to have the interval from a to b. So for that, we'll go back to our reference, and we'll look for, in this case, the matrix example. And we can see that that's right because we have letters over other letters. We're not using it as a matrix. We're using it as a construct for the matrix. So that gives us the use of a matrix with letters in this case. Took me a while to realize the difference when you're trying to come up with a strategy to write your equation in the editor. You use the techniques that are available to get what you want. So now we've got the initial version, and we can change that top to B, and we'll do the bottom to A. Okay, so now we have our interval from A to B for the e to the x range. And so let's go ahead then and put the final answer in there. And we know already from the Wolfram that that's e to the b minus e to the x to the a. Okay, we have a few more things we can do. One is we can change the color. So I think we'll go with a blue color. Maybe that color looks fine. I'm just picking a color, so I'm going to copy the hex code so I can then use it in my title to match the same color. So I'm going to highlight that, and in the paragraphs styling, I'll choose a specific color. I'll paste it in here. It's not part of my official style for this website, but that doesn't matter. I can get them to match. And another thing I can do is see if how this latex from WPMathPub holds up against a standard MathPub math publishing package. I use HostMath for that. It's an equation editor and training tool. You can find it online. And if I just push my code in, we'll see that we get the exact expected answer. So this is just showing you, the audience, that the latex code really works. We can also take that same copied latex code and create a short block and type the same example latex into it. Maybe we don't even want the Gutenberg block. Maybe the PMath shortcode is good enough. But they will render at the same speed because it's server-side rendered and doesn't use MathJax and other browser JavaScript. It loads instantly as a ping image. So either block will load for the user the same. We'll go with the size, in this case, of 14, a little smaller. Color we may use, but we do want to specify latex. And then we will copy in our same equation in latex and close our PMath tag. And in this case, I think I want to use a different matching color. So I'm going to start in this case with the paragraph, and we'll go to our color style, choose a text that is available. I think I'll go with this orange. We'll pick that, and we'll want to save that color so we can put it into our PMath equation as well. So we'll go over here to color. Inside the short code, type color equals that same hex code. Okay, and now we'll view the final version of what we have. Let's go ahead and see it from a desktop perspective. And there we have it. We have the Gutenberg block, and we have the shortcode block, and we can see that they are exactly the same, and they behave exactly the same. And if we copy the image address, we can use that image address in something else because it's a PNG image. We can work with it in Photoshop or do anything we want. But mostly we have seen how to use the Gutenberg block and how to work with the color code. And with that, I'd like to say that my name is Ron Fredericks, and I'm biophysics.lab.com.